What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Hail and how it performs on a Blurred Trickster Maya build, specifically its interaction with the chain reaction skill. The Hail is an interesting weapon. It is a Moxie gun, and it has an unconventional firing pattern. If we shoot it here, you can see that it definitely travels in a distinct arc, and after a certain amount of time, the bullets do split into two projectiles. This weapon has increased critical hit damage, and it has splash damage as well. Being a Moxie weapon, it does have lifesteal. This weapon is acquired for completing round 5 of the Bandit Slaughter. This particular weapon is, in my opinion, a little bit underrated because a lot of people don't like it simply because of its unconventional firing pattern and unconventional aiming style as well. So we're going to get started here. I'll slag this guy, and we'll save phase lock for when we get down the ramp there. One thing I would recommend is not using aim down sights with this weapon because it's easier to see what you're shooting at when you don't. So that's just why I would recommend that. One thing that I'm worried about with this weapon is that chain reaction might not be super potent because of the fact that it requires, or I think that after, the initial contact, the extra projectiles will arc too high. And I think we were seeing a little bit of that over there not too long ago. There's a badass in here, so that'll be a great enemy to bounce some bullets off of, if we can get this one a little bit closer to it. Kind of like that. That worked out well. Being a Moxie weapon, you can really see that it's going to keep my health up even if I don't have life tap going, so that's good stuff. We were able to kill 2 badass loaders in this room. That is an extreme rarity. We were able to kill a badass loader there in one phase lock, so that's pretty awesome. Got my health back up very, very quickly. Chain reaction was helping me take out that gun loader, but I think some things might have hit that gun loader directly as well. Regardless, you can see that this weapon really tore up this first room pretty damn quickly. Now, like I said, I think this weapon might not be super synergetic with chain reaction because I'm seeing some of the bullets that happen to reflect, taking way too high of an arc to hit extra enemies and everything. That said, it does have splash damage, so perhaps we don't need to get super close to these enemies. That'll be something that we watch out for. Like I said, don't really use aim down sights with this weapon because of the fact that you can't really see what you're aiming at. Alright. So we're moving forward here. Some people have asked me not to use Cloud Kill when testing weapons with Maya. I think that's incredibly asinine. No one's going to play overpower level 8 with Maya and not use Cloud Kill at this point. So not using it, I think, would skew the results. Anywho, we're killing things with it. You can see there, as we get critical hits, it will absolutely wreck some of these enemies. Let's pull these guys in together. And hopefully we can get them close enough that we can observe the chain reaction behavior. So it looks like not too many of those bullets were actually going over towards this guy because they were, arcing way too high. So perhaps this weapon isn't extremely synergetic with chain reaction, and that might be a reason why we might want to use a different calm with this weapon. You can see how quickly it healed me there, though, because at overpower level 8, any Moxie weapon is going to heal you up pretty damn fast. The only things it won't heal against is super aggressive damage over time. Alright, so this weapon is performing pretty well. This kind of goes against the whole all assault rifles are bad thing, which is extremely overstated. There are definitely some bad assault rifles in the game, but there are a lot of really good assault rifles that people don't really give a chance just because they've heard that assault rifles are bad, right? So that's something to watch out for, perhaps. I don't know what was going on there. I was missing some shots. Because it is an unconventional weapon, and its aiming and everything, it can be a little bit difficult at times to hit where you're aiming. But with practice, you can obviously get good at it. And despite the fact that I messed up a little bit there, we were still able to wreck all 3 of those enemies pretty quickly. Now there, some of the bullets were going at this guy kind of in a good arc, but didn't last too long. We're actually able to kill that power loader there. So that's one of the ways that the unconventional firing pattern could actually be of assistance, because that power loader couldn't reflect them straight back at me, which is good, because a lot of times when playing Maya or any non-zero character, I kind of shoot myself off of power loaders because I'm used to having Bore, because most often I play Zero. Hopefully we can find some critical hits on this guy, because that will allow us to take him out more quickly. Good stuff. You can see there that I just got my 250th kill with an assault rifle using Maya Obviously, I have not used assault rifles very much on Maya. Kind of testing them out right now, though, because I think they're kind of fun to use, and, you know, because a lot of people say they're bad or whatever, it's fun to see them not perform poorly. And this one has definitely not performed poorly up until this point. We are at a little under half of our ammo stash, I believe, but not a huge deal. Alright, so again, this power loader, having some trouble reflecting some of those bullets back at me because of the arcing projectile path. Still though, power loaders are more difficult to deal with Maya than they are with Zero. That is an absolute certainty. We have 2 enemies here. Hopefully, we can kill them both. And so that worked out really well. We killed 2 enemies there. So it's not that this weapon is bad with chain reaction, but it's not as good as it could be because some of the bullets are being thrown off in weird directions that aren't exactly totally beneficial. They can be, though. Continue to kill some enemies here. I accidentally slagged myself with Scorn, but because it's a Moxie weapon, even if I take major damage, I should recover it very, very quickly. Alright. Let this exploder kill himself as we move forward to the rest of these enemies. This is a really, really underrated weapon. I think that this is a very, very good weapon that doesn't get as much use as it should. It can perform really well on a variety of characters. It is, you know, good with Zero. It's great with Axton. It's great with Maya. Hell, it's great with Zero. It's not just good with Zero. This is a top tier weapon that really doesn't get respect. Maybe not top tier. It's not like Pimpernel, Lyuda level. You know, it's no interfacer. But it's good, dude. I would consider this one of the best assault rifles. It's not as potent as the Becca. The Kitten is perhaps a little bit easier to use and yields some of the same results as far as, you know, lifesteal and tanking ability goes. But this weapon is damn powerful. And it's really good in certain scenarios where enemies are really large and stuff. I've seen some Axtons use it to get their health back against Dukino's mom and in other situations as well. Try to get Pervy Slag back there. You can see that even without phase lock, this weapon is absolutely wrecking some of these enemies, and when we have phase lock, it just eats through them very, very, very quickly. So, I guess Pervy died through chain reaction, so there you go. The weapon can perform very well with chain reaction. That's, you know, no mystery, but it doesn't always perform great because sometimes, depending on where you hit the enemy, the arc is going to miss some of the other enemies. That said, very, very potent weapon that is great with Maya. I never really see it used with Maya. Maya can obviously benefit from other weapons more. Her catcom really forces or pigeonholes a lot of people into using SMGs because she is so potent with them. But that's not a reason to entirely overlook other types of weapons because Maya's definitely not a one-trick pony. She can do a lot of things very, very well. Trying to find this guy right now is a little bit difficult for me. Obviously, this isn't as hard as it used to be because these enemies do not have 4-player health scaling, so that's a little bit disappointing. I'm kind of sad that they fixed that glitch, but a lot of other glitches that they fixed that I'm very happy about. The 4-player health scaling thing, it was obviously a mistake, but some people used it in a beneficial way, and some people were a little bit disappointed about it, you know, going that way because it helped them farm Verm and some other things as well. Personally, you know, kind of for a selfish reason, I kind of liked it because it, you know, ramped up the difficulty at the end of my Does It Suck videos, which made it a little bit more fun to go into that pervy room and everything and see how a weapon does against exaggerated health scaling. That said, I still say it's a good thing that they fixed it, most likely. Alright, so I'm going to take this guy's shield down with a couple Quasars here, and now we're going to attack him. Because he's a big enemy, all of these bullets will hit him. And a lot of them are going to hit critical hits. We can just kind of stand here and face tank him as well because it is a Moxie weapon. So you can see that we tore him up pretty quickly. There should be a couple more enemies over here. We'll go kill them as well. Not that we necessarily need to. I think the point is kind of made that this is indeed a solid weapon that does perform well with the Blurred Trickster comm. Obviously, some of the time, those pellets are not hitting where I want them to. But, you know, still very, very powerful. Get this guy slagged up. Might as well use our last phase lock. Didn't need it, but might as well. Alright, so there you go. There is the Hail with Maya. It's a very potent weapon. I almost missed the jump here. It definitely does not suck. It performs well with the Blurred Trickster comm. Not as well as it possibly could have because of the arcing projectiles and everything, and their somewhat weird interaction with the skill chain reaction. That said, the weapon definitely does not suck. I think it's very underrated, and I think it's a very, very good assault rifle, one of the best assault rifles in the game. So as always, guys, I thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd appreciate that as well. Otherwise, I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.